Hello YouTube, this is Ben Gessel. I know it's been quite a while since I posted anything online. Um, it's about 3 o'clock p.m. December 5th, 2016. Um, I thought I'd mention a little bit today about some thoughts I have on a little bit more on more thoughts on paranormal, supernatural kinds of shows, TV shows, and movies. Um, And I probably touched on this. I probably mentioned some of these things in the past. Um, hopefully, not the same kinds of things. I think I'm going a different direction in this one. But like I say, I know it's been a bit since I posted anything. Anyway, so let's just start with this. With the first show that I'm more familiar with here. There's a show called I think it's on TLC, the Learning Channel, called A Haunting, and I'm familiar with the show. I've been familiar with the show for a while now. It's, in my opinion, for anybody who's a fan of ghost type things, it's the best one. It's the best show. It goes without saying though that it also is quite frightening. Um, and of course, that's why we watch a lot of these things, is because it's fun. Um, you know, Based on real events. Scary and everything, but it has something to do with the downside of the show is that it is a bit formulaic after a while, and so. But like I say, it is a show with some strong points. But again, some of the episodes are pretty intense. Anyway, going on, there's another show I think I've commented on before, but I'll mention this again. Paranormal State had a great setup. It was very dramatic. It was very, held our attention, held the viewer's attention very well. No, personally, I was, I liked Ryan Buell, the founder of the show, founder of Paranormal, the organization in Pennsylvania. I forgot what it's called, but I thought he was actually a pretty cool guy, and I know there's lots of things online that you can read about this show and why it hasn't been going on for a while. But I tend to think pretty well of this folks, but there is a side to that show that is also kind of I won't say anything, and everybody's a little different here, but there's a side to that show that's a little bit the emo goth. A lot of folks that follow that show are really into the wearing black kind of thing. Whatever, but it's kind of, I don't know, it just has a serious tone to it. I think I mentioned a little bit about that show before. So there's a bunch of other shows. This is one of the main things I wanted to mention in this video. There's there's really a few things. One thing is that there's a ton of shows now about this subject, just a ton of them. And I've recently watched one new show. Had these in this arena, and it had the whole direction they were trying to go with it was much more family friendly, and well, if you want a good scare, it's not the show for you, because and then part of the whole thing is the more you take these kind of shows seriously, and in some respects, yeah, there are occasionally times when probably should, in a way, yeah, but there's a show again. It just doesn't. If anyone's interested, I can mention what the show is, but it just is very. It's almost a Disney-fied kind of paranormal show. It loses the whole but they're trying to do what people are expecting with people. A lot of people are expecting with these kinds of shows. So I thought it was very boring. And so there's just a lot of shows that are very dull. And why is that? Well, that leads me to another subject. Before we get to this other subject in this video, I'm sure everybody's seen a lot of the Sinister movies. I'm sure a lot of people have seen the Conjuring movies and Paranormal Activity. Yes, and it was on a low budget. It was very effective, but I think that we're done with Paranormal Activity. I wouldn't mind seeing a few more Sinister movies, sure, and Conjuring movies, but. So there's a bunch of other movies and shows, I'm sure, but so you have this type of idea that a lot of people are, once the folks in charge of the TV programs and the suits, they see, oh my gosh, a lot of people want to see these kinds of shows. They think that people are just going to go for something because it's a certain subject. No, it's not. It's not the subject. Always, it's the manner in which it's treated. So it's the music. It's the pace of a show. It's how intense it is. Sometimes you have to understand your audience, and if you make you can't make you can't make the Headless Horseman into Mickey Mouse and expect that it's still going to be scary and it's also going to be family friendly and it's going to work for everyone. No, it doesn't really work that way. Okay, so I'm kind of laughing a bit at the suits, the execs. They just need to figure it out a little bit, or for a family friendly show, just know your audience. And this one show was all about trying to contact real ancestors of people or relatives or nice entities, not scary entities. And I don't know. Yeah, I know that's what we all want with the happier shows, with happier episodes of certain shows, but we also want a little bit of mystery. We want a little bit of is this a good or not so good spirit? We want, that's part of the whole enjoyment of the show. That's why I like this stuff. So, but anyway, of course, it goes without saying that because we're talking about something that many people's minds, not all of us, many people don't take these things very seriously, but some do, many do, and because this is more of a kind of something that's a little bit more real kind of subject. Demons. It's a question of how often that someone watches something like this and what kinds of why someone enjoys these kinds of things. There are people, for instance, and this is not easy to talk about, but there are people that are become so enamored with anything really in media that they kind of lose perspective a little bit in their life. And it can happen with many things. And it just so happens that in modern times, there's a lot of people that are so into into anything supernatural. I mean, any kind of supernatural shows or anything that, where once they were pretty happy, fun to be around people, they become bit by bit a little bit more callous and everybody's a little different, but it's unhealthy to watch this stuff all the time. I think you have to do other things. You have to have some balance, to be honest, I have rarely, if ever, seen anything that I thought was particularly harrowingly real, because it's essentially most of these things are Hollywood or faked or reenactments. They're not, they're visual, they're like special effects. If I ever saw anything that was truly real, then yeah, I mean, was on the TV at least, so and maybe just a few times, but it, you know, anyway, you know, yeah, it was extremely frightening, but I don't, you know, very few and far between moments where that happens in media, and again, most of the time those things are faked. Um, but you know, the last thing I was going to mention on this subject is that we're essentially still talking about something that we don't really fully understand, and but that what many people want is just to have a good scare. You know, you get to a certain age, not a whole lot of things scare you anymore, so it's fun to be scared a little bit, but only a little bit, only a little bit. And my gut feeling is that we're going to have a lot more cheesy shows, but then somewhere along the line, you're going to have, again, a few movies. I mentioned maybe this before, but you're going to have a few movies that go well beyond anything that's been done before, and it won't be faked anymore. It won't be special effects. It will be real. And when that, you know, if that happens, there's no telling what the ramifications would be for anyone watching. So what I'm trying to say is essentially, if you know, many people believe that these things aren't real. Cool, but because we don't fully understand these subjects, it's a good idea to be cautious about all these kinds of things. So, but again, last thing, of course, I hate it when you take a fun idea, a good idea, and you just I don't agree with a lot of decisions made by people running, people in charge of TV stations, and I don't know what those guys think sometimes. Why they think that something will sell or do well just because you can't Disneyfy something. So, all right, you guys take it easy. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.